That is a sous vide machine.
I don't know enough about sous vide. Okay. So we have an Anova vacuum sealer. It does, I bought this one because it does both moist and dry vacuum sealing. It'll also do mason jars and stuff like that. So the first thing you do is you open it up and you make sure this ring is down here. Sometimes it just holds up. This is what's going to create this section. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to cook them both at the same time?
Yeah.
In the same bag?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I do is try to imagine how much space I'm actually going to need. So I give myself like that much space for the seal, and then I want to go like, all right, so that seems like a reasonable amount. This bag would probably be pretty big, so I'm going to go a little bit. Maybe around here. And you roll it back, and you put this bar down. And you have a little, like that. And the first thing we're going to do is seal the bottom edge.
Oh, so we're making the whole bag. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Just all you have to do there is hit seal. And so when that light goes off, you know you have a seal. And I'll double seal it too. Like double sealing is nice because the temperature of the water can sometimes break a seal. That was the problem I had with the zip bags. They're not good for like long-term cooking because the water just, you never really get a good seal with the vacuum because it's a sticker over. It's just a lot going on. This boy is running. All right, so the light went off.
Oh, that was fast.
You open it up and you see, oh, so I'm gonna do another one right here.
So you get a double.
I got 4. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's not a very expensive one. It was like mid-range, but for our uses, since we're not like super heavy into canning, we don't like, we're not like super heavy into sous vide or anything. This is a good size for us. It's super light. It's nice. It's good. I'm very happy with it. Now I got a quadruple seal. So I know no liquid is coming out of there. So now we're gonna put the meat in. You might actually.
Intolerable.
No, I gotta. All right. So I'll leave that to you. You can put, and I would put it like, you don't have to use as much, right? Because the vacuum itself is gonna pull a lot of the marinade in there.
Oh man, I broke my nail. Don't open your jar that way, you break your nail.
Okay. So you gotta remember also, like this liquid is also the cooking liquid, so you don't want it, you know, overkill. Don't overkill. Less is more. All right, that's.
Like that much?
You're good. And this is one of those things you could literally do months ago. Because at this point you can. All right. So now we're trying to get the seal. We're going to back it up a little bit. We're going to do the vacuum first. So we want to make sure the edge of the bag
is in this space.
Is in the well.
Okay.
That's right. And then we're going to close it. And then push the bar down. So now we're doing moist.
Okay.
So we're going to do moist and then vacuum seal.
What?
So what it'll start doing is it'll start pulling, and once it starts sensing it, it'll start pulling slow, and then it'll seal. So it knows.
Oh really? So I should have done them separately. Can I make a bag this way too? Could I like put a seal in the middle and cut them in half?
There's no reason why you wouldn't be able to.
Then I could just do 2, cook them separate, and then I'm not exposing one until I'm ready for it.
That's what I'm saying. You could literally put it in there. All right, so your seal's good.
Oh, okay. So now we do it again?
Yeah, but we're gonna do it. Let me clean it out because now you got.
Yick.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. You could put it in the marinade and then literally stick it in the freezer And then when you're ready, you literally take the frozen steak, dump it in there, and you just add an hour maybe.
From frozen. That's awesome.
Yeah. Sous vide is literally like, if you're a food prepper, I understand why food preppers do these things.
Sure.
And then we're gonna seal it again, right there on the edge. Hopefully there's not too much moisture in there.
So just hit seal?
Yep. But yeah, as of like people who make, there's a rash of food poisonings going on.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to put this in that. I mean, you can see the seal. People can hear about it.
There you go.
There's a guy who was a food prepper, and he'd make his weekly meals, but he left one of them out.
Oh, I heard about this, that he died. Because he left it on the counter.
For a week.
Yeah, that's...
And then he warmed it up and ate it. But like, if you did this, you wouldn't have to do that. You know, like you could not vacuum seal like a whole meal, but you could make yeah, you could make boiling bags.
If the light turns off, it's done?
You can make boiling bags. Now we have a 4-quad seal. So it already comes with a double seal, which is really good.
So then you just throw that in the sous vide?
Yeah. Or I would like put this in the fridge until you're ready.
Sure. But you could just throw it directly in the sous vide, ready to go.
Yeah, but the longer you leave it in the marinade,
the more flavor.
I have one of these little guys. If it's just this, I have one of these little guys that allow you to kind of pin it in there and make sure that it stays there and together. Yeah. And I get it. Okay. So that bar keeps it obviously now. So this, let's see if it fits like that. And it does. To the bottom nicely. And we'll put this on top. Make sure it's all submerged, which it is.
So then you let the steaks go for 3 hours and the pork go for 4? Yes.
Yeah, because we put them in the zone. Yeah.
Alexa, set timer 3 hours. All right, and here we are at the end of the sous vide cooking process. We cooked the steak for 3 hours and the pork for 4 hours, both at 140 degrees water temp. So I am going to take them both out. Okay, I'm going to struggle this a little bit. I'm going to take them both out of the sous vide. I'm going to let them cool off just a skosh. And then I will put them in the fridge because these are actually going to be used for my delicious lunches. So we'll let them cool, go in the fridge, and then when we're ready to eat them, pop them out, saute them up just a little bit to get some crisp on the outside, and then yum, yum, yum. And there is that pork loin, cooked completely in the pre-packaged juices, flavorings, and even in the packaging I bought it in from the store. Doesn't look like much now, but you can see, if I can get you past the liquid, so you can see, looks actually delicious. That, and I'll show it to you again when we cut it open. Thanks. All right, so here we are with the pork loin that we sous vide yesterday. It sat in the fridge overnight because I wasn't ready to eat it yesterday, and now we're going to cut it open and see what it looks like. First thing I'm going to do is drain this extra liquid. And that, again, was the liquid that it came in from the store, the marinade that it came in, which I also used as its cooking liquid. All right, so typically, if I were going to be eating this just by itself or as a main by itself, I would cut it into slices. But because my plan here is to actually mix it with the beets and carrots that we made yesterday, I'm going to cut it into pieces that are similarly sized. So, and it looks like it is cooked through just which is fine because we're going to be putting it in a pan to saute it up, crisp it a little on the outside, and that'll finish cooking it on the inside as well. So I'm going to do a little bit of butter in the pan. Then once it melts, I'll add my pork to crisp it up, and then at the end I'll add the carrots and beets just to bring them up to temp and get a little crispy on the outside. I want to be careful not to overcook those because I don't want them to completely dissolve into goo, which would be delicious, but not what I'm going for. Next is the carrots and beets that we made last night. I am going to try to get not a ton of this sauce, just the actual veg. It's a little bit different, that's okay, but I'm going to try to use a slotted spoon to try to drain as much of it as I can because I don't want the sugars in the sauce to burn before my pork is finished. Oops, that's not too much. And there you have a super simple mixed pork and roasted root vegetables, carrots and golden beets. The carrots and the beets were from our Farm Fresh Carolinas farm box. Thanks, enjoy.